Why would you wish to change anything that is already eternally perfect? June 4, 2015. To be fully alive, fully aware, fully conscious, and infinitely loving is your natural state, the state in which you were created and which can never be changed or altered. And there is absolutely no desire on the part of even one of you to alter that undeniable divine truth, because you are all one with your source, God. Why would you wish to change anything that is already eternally perfect? You would not, and never have. However, there was an extremely brief moment when the thought of change did occur, and in that moment was the illusion born. To you, as humans, thoughts, ideas, and dreams can seem ephemeral, unreal, inconsequential, but, as divine beings, eternal sentient aspects of God, the one and only source of all that exists, thoughts, ideas, and yes, even dreams have an existence that surpasses the age of your known universe. Nothing is or can be forgotten. Every ascended master, mystic, or spiritual guide who has worked on the earth plane has told you the importance of guarding your thoughts because, being of God, you have the creative power of God, and what you intentionally create has eternal ramifications. Mostly you do not use that power because you are generally unaware that you have such enormous power, but you are going to awaken and become fully aware of your divinity, of your oneness with God, and if not fully aware of that power due, perhaps, to an underlying sense of sleepiness, of not being instantly fully awake, you could construct another illusion. That is most definitely something you would not wish to do. And our task, among others, is to ensure that you awaken fully, when you do awaken, to ensure that this does not happen. Those of us in the spiritual realms who are tasked with guiding and protecting you are determined that this will not occur. That is why we never cease to remind you of the unequivocal requirement that you daily go within, to your private and holy sanctuary, and while there, feel and experience the love that dwells there, the love of God, the divine light that is the life force that knows itself as one with God, you, and which, unveiled, will awaken you to your true nature. In doing so you will be firmly and lovingly guided to intend and desire to live lovingly as a human, and to demonstrate love in action in every moment in order to assist all others in the awakening process. Every single human is actively involved in the awakening process, because there is no separation, all are one. But many are unaware of their involvement, because of the nature of the illusion, its seeming reality, and so are totally focused on it and do not see, except perhaps momentarily, that their real purpose is to find their spiritual path home to reality, to awaken. The task of awakening humanity is, in human terms, gargantuan. As you are so very well aware, there is disharmony, disagreement, distrust, and, of course, tremendous disinformation abroad within the illusion that must all be dissolved before you can awaken. Awakened, there is only love. Anything that is not of love, anything unreal, cannot awaken. If you are fully engaged with the illusion, and with all its ongoing problems, suffering, deprivation, conflict, disease, and desecration of the environment, as most of you are, it can be very difficult to set aside the necessary and essential time daily to go within, and while there, to know and honor your spiritual heritage. Nevertheless, please remind yourselves of the essential daily need that you have to go within, quieten your mind, your ongoing and sometimes seemingly endless flow of thoughts, feelings, and other distractions, and then sit doing nothing, and thinking nothing, and allowing your mind to be blank, empty. That is the state in which you make it possible for yourselves to listen attentively, but without striving or trying, and hear the spiritual guidance offered to you in response to your requests or prayers. We, those in the spiritual realms to whom you address your requests and prayers, are always here for you, but frequently, due to the noisiness of your anxiously thinking and worrying mind, you are unable to hear us. Be quiet, be still, be loving, forgive yourselves for anything about yourselves that you judge unworthy, wrong, bad, or inadequate, and in that self-forgiveness, peace and quiet will arise enabling you to hear us. Doubtless many of you have read about and attempted various practices that have been suggested as good ways to still the mind and arrest the almost constant flow of thoughts, and if one of those methods works for you, then of course use it. But we often see people getting so caught up in the practices and then self-assessing their competence or lack of it, that the space that they are attempting to access gets filled up with thoughts about practicing their practice. Sitting quietly, silent, still, as you seek your inner and most holy sanctuary does not require effort, it is just a gentle letting go, watching the grass growing, or the paint drying, or the river flowing softly by. There is no effort, there is just being. When you make the intent to go within, to be quiet and listen, we are there with you, embracing you lovingly. So trust that we are there with you, and just let go. It is really very simple, not difficult at all, unless you make it difficult by striving. Your loving brother, Jesus. Channeled by John Smallman. johnsmallman2.wordpress.com